The Watch Dogs Legion multiplayer is really fun. I would argue that the 5 hours I played with the JorRaptor crew was actually more fun than a lot of the single player content. It almost feels as if Watch Dogs Legion was made for this multiplayer mode, because the sometimes repetitive objectives in the main story are way more fun with friends, and Ubisoft actually added some cool co-op twist to a lot of the activities as well. We now learned that the multiplayer is coming on March 9th as part of a big free update to the main game, and I'm really excited for this. So in this video I will tell you everything you need to know, while of course showing you a ton of multiplayer gameplay from our session. A like would really help me out. And let's go. I'm starting a new giveaway for 2,500 Watch Dogs Legion credits, so you can get something from the store without paying yourself, and you can enter via the link in the pinned comment, and these giveaways are for subscribers of the channel only. Good luck. From the main menu you can immediately hop into this online mode, but you have to start all over. Like, there are some things that carry over from the single player to the multiplayer, and actually the other way around, but in terms of tech and characters you have to unlock everything again, and that makes sense because it's basically a completely different experience. Getting characters in the online mode namely revolves around influence, and you get some influence when you start out, and then during the first mission you have to recruit one of the characters in London. So there are no more recruitment missions. You can just see a character you like, and then if you got the influence, you can add them to your team. You can also still save a character and then recruit them later when you got enough points. And after completing this first mission, which takes around 10 minutes or so, you can start playing with your friends and join a private lobby, for example, or just like join a random server with random people. It's really up to you. There are solo activities that you can complete at any point, but only you will see the objectives. Like, your friends can still help out, but they won't be rewarded. City events are for all players though, and will happen every now and then, but from the looks of it only in 2 locations right now, and it will always be against a swarm drone. So expect to fight a lot of smaller robots, and maybe nearby Albion soldiers will be alerted, so you have to take them out too. And sure, you can try one of these city events alone, but high chance that you will need the help from other people in the server to be successful. It gives you some nice rewards though, but overall I really hope that they add more events with the next updates. When opening the map, you will all see these big purple icons that are on set locations, and they are basically a way for you to start a playlist of co-op assignments, for example, and there are actually a lot at launch, 9 if I remember correctly, and they all take place in familiar locations you've likely already been to during the single player, but now with brand new co-op only objectives. Like, for example, someone has to activate a device first, so another player standing next to the hostage can release the chains, and for one mission you have to drive 2 cars close to each other, and there are other driving sequences as well, but expect a lot of stuff that requires some coordination with your team, and this is taken even to the next level in the tactical ops, basically the raid type of activity in this online mode. There are 5 missions in total that you have to complete in chronological order, and you can do that immediately after that opening mission I talked about earlier, although I don't recommend it. Where in the single player it did not really matter which character you played, in the multiplayer that is different, because you will really need some powerful weapons to fight the waves of enemies and the dangerous drones in this tactical ops. It will also be smart to already invest some influence into tech skills for powerful upgrades, and you also really need to communicate with your team. For the first mission you namely have to separate, so 2 groups of 2 is smart to infiltrate different bases, because you need to hit a button at the same time, so you can both start downloading information while waves of enemies spawn to fight you. But yeah, if one group of 2 dies, then the other players cannot revive them because they are in a different building, so both teams have to be careful. If the download is successful, then both teams need to race to a research lab where you meet up again. Fail to get there before the timer hits 0 will also result in having to redo the whole mission. Mission 2 is slower and requires you to outthink powerful drones and then take them out one by one. So one player can totally ruin it for everyone. Everyone has to stay together during this mission, to quickly take out the drones when they become vulnerable. So around launch, I think it will be hard to do these missions via matchmaking, but later when more people know what they have to do, I think it will be doable. It's just overall awesome that the game really challenges you to work together, use gadgets to revive each other, and again, you have to think of a cool character loadout and team combination to be successful. In the multiplayer, you will really be rewarded if you take the time to search for cool characters with powerful perk combinations and good classes, because otherwise the tactical ops will be extremely hard. And we, by the way, already started working on a detailed tactical ops guide for all the 5 missions that will be live around launch, so totally check that out if you are having trouble. And completing these raid-like missions does not only give you cool unique items like this lion mask, but also a lot of influence to get new tag points and characters and reputation. And this is where the sort of battle pass system comes in. We will have one for each season and the duration will vary per season, but how it basically works is that you get XP for doing all the online activities, which will then help you get to the next rank. And the so-called rank track will mostly be the main source for influence, but you can also find a ton of unique cosmetics, like the final rank gives you a wide range armor set. Like every rank seems to have something of use, and I have a video up with all the ranks on my second channel, Raptor Roll, which I will link to in the video description, so you can see what the first season will have to offer. Daily and weekly challenges will help you increase your rank too, just like hotspots. And these cubes on the map reset every week with new locations, and they all seem based on the tag point locations from the single player, but can now, apart from influence, also give you 150 XP to increase your rank, which is a lot, or give you one of the masks that you might remember from the single player. So those masks don't carry over sadly, while cosmetics from Ubisoft Connect and the store, just like characters like that Spanish YouTuber, should be available immediately when you jump into online. But the cool thing is though that the things you unlock from the battle pass in the online mode will then also be unlocked in the single player, so making it even worth it for single player fans to complete the ranks before the season is over. Like there's quite a lot to chase and do in the Watch Dogs Legion multiplayer on top of the search for cool characters, which again matters way more now. Not only to complete some difficult activities, but also to show them off to your friends. We now finally have a good use for emotes. Again, I really think that the Watch Dogs Legion play as anyone mechanic was mostly made with this online mode in mind. And then I did not even talk about the Spider Bot Arena yet, actually the biggest surprise of my play session, because damn, this is a ton of fun and actually requires a lot of different skills compared to the regular Watch Dogs gameplay. Like there are quite a lot of weapons to find in set locations in the arena, which will of course help you blow up other players. It's a free-for-all mode, by the way, and I did not play it with 8 players in one lobby, but I can imagine that it's going to be super chaotic. You can luckily do friends-only sessions too, so battle it out with your friends. It's just perfect for if you want to do something else, but still get XP towards a new rank, and it's surprisingly deep too, thanks to the amount of weapons and kill streaks that give you extra benefits. Like at launch, this online mode already has quite a lot to offer, and let's be honest, you will likely spend most of your time getting chased by the police anyways. But Ubisoft also has big plans to support the mode with the invasion multiplayer we already saw in the post-launch trailer, more tactical ops, co-op missions, etc. And when new characters are being added for free or as part of the season pass, they will launch in both the single player and the online mode. So a lot of the new content will live in both versions of the game. Again, I'm really excited for this. Legion just clicked way more after doing this online mode, and I'm sure that the missions and the tactical ops will lose its spark after a while. And yes, we've killed these enemies already a lot of times before in the single player, but I think this online mode is a great foundation that they can then build upon with new content that we haven't seen in the single player either. I'll be playing it and covering it a lot here on the channel, so totally subscribe for way more Watch Dogs Legion online and single player coverage. A like on the video would of course really help me out. And again, check out that second channel where I will be posting a lot of raw gameplay of the mode. And you can watch a co-op mission now by clicking on the screen. For now though, I will speak to you next time and goodbye.